Aren't they supposed to be operable? Glendora has found Annie and Thrasher to be totally incompetent, incapable, insufficient, inept, inadequate as to public access for 6 years. Aside, we are getting the grid done. We did it yesterday in 4.5 hours. It was done. And today was only 3.5 hours. We got through all but 6 of the daily calls. So we were only 10 away from the one-liners, 5 away from the TV stations, and 5 away from the local calls. All you defendants will be served by Rule 4D of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. You will be given a chance. In fact, you will be mandated to do your civic duty to waive the cost of serving a summons and acknowledge the lawsuit. The cost of this lawsuit to the defendants is going to be circa $34,000.
$34,000.
If the defendant do perfect, execute, accomplish, attain, achieve, bring to an issue of full success their duty to public access, which is a law. If they do execute and cablecast this program every week for a half an hour between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. and accept the tapes by mail from Glendora, then the case will be settled and there will be no lawsuit as the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure demands.
Procedure.
Count the blessings for 10 p.m. 6:20, 6:36. Court, take notice. That is, the United States District Judge and a United States Magistrate violate Title 28, 636A. Glendora will sue you too. That is actionable. Glendora will not have a magistrate participate in her lawsuit. And a magistrate cannot without Glendora's permission in writing. Okay, where were we with the words? And making another jot thought that we're going to sue Greg Fesher as an accomplice, as an associate in guilt.
Not very pleasant.
Being sued as a defendant, let me tell you, people, it ruins your credit. When I sued the Cablevision gang for keeping taping a chat with Glendora off the TV. And a system 40 times the size of yours. They couldn't make a down payment on a house because they didn't have any credit. So it's no fun to be sued. Okay.
So, I'm asking you, did I hear correctly on that? Do I sue Batty and Thresher and Dunderwitz and all the others? I called Batty and I asked her what time had she given my program, and she said that she hadn't, that we have a rule that only the local sponsor can hand in the program. Well, there's two things about that. Didn't Mr. Lowell Martin go there personally and hand Batty Nanny 4 videotapes to play? So you see, she's caught on that one, all right? She's made a phony on that one. And Glendora is the sponsor, because Glendora is a member of the Friends of the Manchester, Connecticut Library. So it's Glendora who can hand them in. She wants Glendora to go all the way from New York down to Manchester, Connecticut just to hand them in. Boy, that's ridiculous. What a phony. What a faker. Is that any way to live your life? So what do? You pray for Lori Badanani. She's all mixed up. Let's see. And over the phone, I played that conversation for you on another edition. And I said, who's in charge of public access? She says, I says, no, in charge of public access in Atlanta. She says, no, no, no. And when she said that the local sponsor had to hand in the programs personally with 24 hours notice, I says, what is your statutory authority for that? And I said, send it to me, produce it to me. No, you'll have to go to Mr. Talbot for all those things. She is a faker. That's all on tape, and it's all been on the YouTube. Or we can just pray for her. I'm looking at these notes. Okay, I want your opinion on that, please. I want to hold on just a second to something I have to show you, and then we will be through with reporting to you the events in God's world in the month of April. Just a second. Folks, this is the one thing I wanted to show you. I wanted to videotape outdoors once in the month of April. Just once. Out in this beautiful world. Temperature's about 50 degrees. And as I say, it's been raining. It didn't stop raining until about noon. It rained all Monday night, Tuesday night, no, Monday night, and all day Monday. And we needed it. Thank you very much. Keep the courage flaming. I want to help you every way I can. And I'm confident that I can help you. And if you enjoyed our show, tell all your friends. And if you didn't, keep it our little secret. Can you come and get me?
Behövde ikke å være med på det systemet. Når du jobber for deg selv, vet du, så er det mye bedre. Du kan ordne med alt mulig saker selv.
Ja.
For eksempel... Ja. And now we're going across the bridge.
Ja, hva sa nå?
Nå kjører vi gjennom brua, så igjen.
Ja, det gjør det.
There's Rørvik in the background there now.
Rørvik i bakgrunnen, ja.
Yeah. Narrison Bridge.
Ja. Bridge, kan vi se det?
Bru.
Bru, ja.
Yeah. And now I am on the way to Colgrave.
Ja. Vi vet det.
På PC-en.
Du er i veldig god form, du, antagelig.
Å, jøsses bevares, ja. Ja.
Ikke sjuk.
Nei, aldri vært sjuk. Det vil si, men en gang om året så blir det litt hodepine, kanskje, for en eller annen grunn.
Ja, har dere hus?
Ja, vi bruker det bare som sommerhus. Kolbjørn og kona, de kommer nå en gang i året. Så reiser de med bil.
Ja.
Så bor vi der en måned eller to.
Ja.
Ja. Ja. Carnival in Rørvik. The window in the kitchen. The old museum in Rørvik. Clara just dropped me off here, and I'm going to investigate and take a look at things in Rørvik. And in the afternoon, late in the afternoon, I'll be back on Leka. And there's the church up there. Nice little circle here with the flowers. Wow, look at that. Interesting. Nice touch. Rørvik, 1900. Bike path and walk path. Nice touch. Sjømannens hustru. This is the Fyre Stue on the dock in Rørvik, about 10:30 in the morning. And that's one of them. And this is the second one here. And here's the bar with the goodies. And then we go in. And I guess this is must be the third one. third one here. And this is the fourth one. The 4 rooms. That's what it comes out to. The 4 rooms in the building. A nice little garden party right there. A nice touch once again. Some artwork on the wall. Right there. An old man and a very intelligent man. The safe. He had a lot of money, so he had to have a place to keep his money. Wonderful. And this is a real old telephone right there. A very old one. But once upon a time, it wasn't needed. So we're walking upstairs, up to the 2nd floor. And we're putting a door up there. Open the door, and now we're on the 2nd floor. And I'm just walking to the last steps, and the first thing that leads me, look at that. A nice chest. Hey, there's money in it too. Probably just something. And I did it. Is that a big bowl? Yeah. Yeah. And this is very nice stuff up in here. Look at this. What a nice museum. I'm very grateful to the young man who took time and effort to take me in here at the opening, because I'm leaving this afternoon early. Nice stuff. Look at that. Look at all this stuff. Look at that. This got to be an ice sog, huh?
Ja, det var brukt til sild når man skulle loling.
An ice saw. This is something they put whatever they have to carry on. One person up in front, and another one in the back, and load it up and carry it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this, all this stuff here. Dried codfish in the corner there. Ted Fisk. This is all about fishing here. Look at that one there. Wouldn't that be nice to have? We don't see any more of those. And right here is models of the old fishing boats. Wonderful to come here. Look at that old rifle up there. Arnie Krog? Are they Krog? Krog, is it? And there's, look at the helmet. Painted on the wall there. This is really nice. What a nice museum. I get down. That's what that is. You want to sleep good? That's what you get in your pillow. And pictures from the old days. Splina, yeah. Nice, very nice. I'm impressed here. Look at this combination here. Wow. Isn't this got a big one here? Wow. Is this nice or what? And here, various different fishing nets in the corner. Look at that. What a picture. I gotta take this one real good. That's just beautiful. And over here is even more hanging on the wall. Fantastic stuff. What a nice museum. What is that? Why det?
Du tenker på det som henger i taket, eller?
Nei, det som...
Du laget tau.
Laget tau?
Ja, du flattet tau.
Å ja?
Du ser at når du sveiver fast deg her, da, så faster du til den som står her, og så bare tar du.
Aha, ja visst, ja. How to make rope in the old days. Ingenious. They knew something. And there's a line fishing equipment right there. Hanging here. Very beautiful. What is this thing? Why did the...
Det sånn som du skraper botten når du skal adre om noe forskjellig.
Oh, so it is here. This is scraping the bottom to get bait. Dette her vet ikke hva er. Det er en barkestamp.
Ja.
This is where you had a lot of pine tar in there. And you dip your fishing nets in there to make them last a lot longer. Another thing here. See? Beautiful. And an old spinning wheel. An old spinning wheel. Det går tillbaka långt i tiden den där.
Ja, ting går tillbaka långt.
That's really old. That's made out of leather or skin. Nice chest. And here, this is farm equipment. Träskverk eller något sånt där, du vet.
Det är träskverk och så kastemaskiner.
Kastmaskin där, ja. Det var en svær hus.
Ja.
Du burde ikke sulte når du har spist den.
Nej, inte sötgröt i alla fall.
Og så er det ljå. Sight, as it is in English. And there's the träskverk. Power driven by a couple of strong biceps. And an old plow. A horse-drawn plow. And a harrow over there. Definitely a harrow, yeah. And horse, look at this. Wow, how nice. Very nice. And here's another room. Oh, look at this. Old spinning wheels. Oh, how beautiful. Weaving machine. What a museum. My girl, we got to come back and take another look at this. Look at that, huh? Yeah. An old lady's dress. You talk about craftsmanship. That is fantastic. That's beautiful. And another old one there. Wouldn't that be nice to have hanging on the wall? Vi har mye annet saker hjemme vårt i stedet nå.
Ja.
Gamle dager.
Vi har et skap ned som jeg tror du vil bli imponert over når du snakker om sånt.
Ja, veldig fint, ja.
Slutten av 1600-tallet faktisk.
Verksted?
Ja, som skomakerutstyr og...
Skomakerutstyr, ja. Lathe. Well, guys, when I get this edited back in the old US of A, we'll have a good time watching this. Super. Okay, in the old days, survival meant to have a rifle and understanding of hunting. It was pretty hard without it. For the old farmers, there's some of the weapons. This is a fantastic place here. Beautiful, just beautiful equipment from the days of old. And then we go where? In there? And then the unusual shaped chest right here. And an old chair. And things you carried with you. Look at that, huh? Yeah. Beautiful, just beautiful. Aha! Well, if you want to get educated, this is the place to come. Yeah, you were a student, this is where you sat. Never seen this before, so this is very interesting. And you had a stern teacher up there with maps and things on the wall. Look at the old map in the background there. Wonder where that map is from. I have to go a little closer. Maybe I can see something. Oh yeah, yeah. This is from the Middle East, Palestine, Jerusalem, Israel in the old days. That's a very old map. Yeah, a very old map. Jordan River is right there in the center. Aha, how the birds are. Christ. Add and subtract. A lot of education came out of the old schools there. Look at that old pen up there, huh? And Thomas Edison, he's been here too. An old globe. Are you ready, student, to raise your hand to answer a question? You got a chance now. Look at that. They did have a clock as well, and pictures on the wall. Isn't this beautiful? Nice. They spilled a little ink too. There's an old inkwell. I gotta lift that up here. A little old inkwell. Very interesting. Rosenmaling. What were they good for?
Det er sånn fargeplastrin, det vil si at det er noe man gjort med det som du har med sånn, det er sånn. Så det er noe stort selv.
This is a travel case. Beautiful thing to travel with. You wouldn't want to travel with that today because it's be stolen from you in a blink of an eye. So it's very beautiful. Lot of wood. Yeah, you want to feel comfortable? Hey, get a cup of coffee and sit down. Relax. An old chest again. There's old post. Means post office there. Some medical equipment here for a day so old. Old chair. Another old chair right there. Look at this. Old chairs. You want to go to the bathroom? You got a chance to do it. An old corner cabinet. Nice chair right there. For a baby to sit and have something to eat. And here's an old bed. Look at that bed. And the washstand. And a general furniture. What a nice thing. Look at that. Cradle. Nice. Very. Please do not touch the objects. I can understand that. An old separator, I believe. Separate the milk and the cream. And there's another one right there. This is really fantastic. Beautiful. Look at that. What is that? Why that?
Det er på gulvet.
Yeah.
Det kalles for tablettmaskin.
Tablet machine. Pill machine. Interesting. Kitchen. And there's the old stove in the corner. A lot of meals were cooked here. And you sit down and you eat. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I wish I had in my house. Cabinets. This is really nice. I got to go back a little bit so I can catch a little bigger view of it. Yeah. Really neat.
Klokka 3 så har vi sånn andre teater da, som begynner å gå hit. Nei, jeg har vært litt fra andre da, vet du. Ja, jeg vet ikke helt det jeg skal si egentlig.
And we're coming to it looks like a nice living room here with a fancy pavement center and beautiful. Look at that. And another one of those old stoves. This is really, look at the ceiling and the molding around it. The table and chairs. Look at that rosenmaling there on the chair. That is beautiful.
Det er gamle kaffestova her som står i kjøttmannskapet.
Oh yeah?
Ja, det er restaurert og satt opp her da, etter at den ble revet.
What a job to restore all this stuff in here. Look at that. What a corner to sit there, huh? 1770 about. Absolutely beautiful. Now I got to take a picture from the corner here. You can't beat this. How about that light? That's a nice dining room. Probably a lot of discussions were taking place when this was in operation. Wonderful. And the old sayings on there with the old language, old script. Honor your mother and your so you can live a long time in the country. Beautiful. Oh
Det
yeah?
er forskjellige ansikter.